Hey there, I'm going to talk today about how to begin to free up a facet joint problem in the lower back. If you want to learn more about facet joint problems, check out our other video describing the details around how facet joints move, how they affect the discs, and different types of conditions that can present from facet joint problems. Check out that video. The link is in the description right here. Let's get into the two exercises that I need to cover with you today to begin to free up that motion. So first things first, I'm going to just move this away to give me some space. I need you to figure out how to brace, how to tighten up your abdominal muscles, because those muscles are key in normalizing the motion to make it more uniform, more the same at every level of the spine, so that we're forcing those stuck facet joints to move a little better and a little better over time. So I'm going to stand up here. You're not going to see my head for a second, but I want you to see what I'm doing with my abs. So what you got to do is put your hand right here on the front of your stomach. I'm about belly button level here, and then put a hand on the back, in the curve of your back. Find where it curves most and kind of settle your hand in that curve. And what you have to do here is suck in the abs, draw in the abs in a way that reduces the curve back here. And what you will probably find is that your shoulders slouch down a little bit, and that's okay, that's good. Go 100%, go as much as you can. It's like you're almost doing a sit-up. You'll feel your butt muscles tighten up, that's good. Now back off to 50% and then back off to about 25%. What you should feel here in this position is a little tightness in your abs, and that this flatten out a bit in the back. So abs tight, a bit flat in the back. Holding this position, what you have to do, that's step one. What I want you to think about doing now is living your life like this. Standing, walking, sitting like this. And I'm going to sit down, and I'm still doing it right here. I'm sucking in my abs 25% or mildly, so that we can change the pressures in the facet joints on the back and begin to free up motion back there. Now, on a low scale, 25% intensity, what you've got to do is work to fire the muscles like this as much of the day as possible that you're upright, sitting, standing, and walking. So as you go to the bathroom in your house, as you go to the kitchen, as you head off to work, as you shop at the store, you need to have those muscles tightened up just a bit, 25% over time. Next, in order to free up more facet joint motion, what you should do, this is more of an exercise, like where you have to count some reps. I'm going to stand up again so you can see this. Same idea. You're going to suck in 25%, make sure this is flat. While you're holding that, what I want you to do is start with your chest and shoulders, begin to bend it down, curl it down, and think about each bone in your spine bending forward one at a time. And you're going to slide your hands down the front of your legs and go as far as you can comfortably. Once you feel like your hips are starting to bend, like for me about right there, my back's kind of maxed out, I'm starting to bend in my hips, that's a stopping point. Then you're going to uncurl, do the reverse motion by pushing your hips forward first, keeping all this bent, then start to straighten up, but still maintaining this the whole time. It's about right there. Then I actually want you to go backwards slightly, start leaning just a bit backwards, whatever's comfortable here, because this can bite certain severe joints, joints that are very irritated. Then you're going to go do it again. We're going to do it 10 times total. So suck in those abs, bring the shoulders, upper body first, then start to bend forward up until your hips start to bend. Then reverse it, shove the hips forward first. You're kind of doing this motion, then unbend all the vertebrae and hold those abs in the whole time. Don't ever let them go, and bend backwards a bit. I'm going to do it one more time here. You're going to do it 10 times at home. And it should be kind of slow and deliberate like this. Take your time. And if you need to take a break because you feel your muscles are tightening up quite a bit and you just need to rest for a few seconds, that's fine, do that. But what I would love for you to do, depending on your severity, is this needs to be quite frequent. So if you're very severe in your back problem, you know that you got a facet joint issue because you were told because of an MRI or an x-ray, or also you were told by some healthcare professional that felt you and checked you out, or you just have a strong suspicion that that's what it is, this exercise should be safe for virtually all back problems, but it is specific towards moving facet joints. So I would want you to do this frequently, like every hour if it's real severe, And as the severity of the pain goes away, you can start reducing to doing it as little as a few times a day, maybe even just once a day. Now, there is a progression of exercises in order to fix a facet joint problem for the long term. And we go into detail about the progression so that you can achieve long-term relief in a special program that we've got called the 28-Day Back Health and Wellness Boost Program. Check out the link in the description below if you want to learn more about our 28-Day Back Health and Wellness Boost Program. It's got these beginning exercises as well as the next steps and the next steps, and it guides you over 28 days, detailed information. It's me telling you exactly what to do each day so that you can resolve a back problem and get long-lasting relief. There's different explanations on how to do certain exercises based on your severity. So if you're really severe in your back problem, you can watch the videos and learn how to reduce the intensity. Or if you're more advanced, you're not as severe and you're looking to just get that long-lasting relief, then you can up the intensity on some of the exercises and most of the exercises so that you can get that strength that you need to fix the imbalances and make sure that this back problem is gone for good. But if you're just looking to get facet joint relief right now, then do this exercise, try it out hourly. You should feel your abs working, possibly even butt muscles working. That's good, that's okay. What you shouldn't feel though is worse in your back. If you feel worse in your back, you've got to stop. You might not have a facet joint problem, or you might have a facet joint problem in your lower back combined with some other issue, and that needs to be looked at a little more closely. So I suggest you talk to a healthcare professional that specializes in handling these kinds of problems without surgery, injections, or medications. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you think that you might have something besides a facet joint problem, we've got tons of videos. I'm going to link a few here in the description about other kinds of back problems that could cause similar issues to facet joint problems. So you can look through those and see if you've got one of those issues going on. I hope you have the best day. Bye-bye.